Well, welcome everybody, and welcome to the Master Heart family. And you're going to really enjoy this session, our time together with similar-minded people who talk about our miracles that are happening. And we have all kinds of wonderful things that are happening in our lives, and it's all a matter for us to see it. Miracles are happening all the time, and this is Freedom Week, and it's July 4th week, and I like to think about it on our freedom. And today, Carlos had asked last week about, hey, as a relative of his that wanted more health, and so we promised him that, hey, we'd come and give more health. So we're going to talk about the freedom to give yourself, and I would actually write that down. I give myself freedom. I give myself freedom to, and fill in the blank. To increase my health? Absolutely. I give myself the freedom to allow money into my life. Oh, it's really just you allowing it, that you asking for it. Don't disallow it by saying there isn't enough. I have a great story about that I'm sharing with some of you that during the week and last week, but it's about a man who always would say yes to every prospect, even if they weren't similar minded. And he did that out of the lack and limitation, thinking there's not enough, that I got to say yes to everyone. Okay. And not just prospects, but that's all kinds of things. And you got to, oh, I'm supposed to do this. I should do this. This is how other people, none of that matters. What matters is when you're allowing, when you're free yourself to give yourself. And so this one person kept on saying yes all the time. And he wondered why he kept on attracting people that weren't similar minded and challenging clients, people that weren't, kind and gave him a hard time and were demanding and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, if you keep on saying yes to what you don't want, you're going to keep on attracting more. And in this case, he attracted more and more people. And so 2 weeks ago on Friday, he decided to stand tall, and he had a prospect that came, and he realized they weren't similar minded. And he was very polite and put a charge into it. He simply told that prospect that, that he really didn't feel that he was a good fit, and that there would be somebody else that could help him, better help him. And because of that, so the guy was mad and whatever, and they eventually got off the phone now. And because of that, within 24 hours, he got 4 clients out of the blue, out of the blue. Because see, when you say no to walking down to the doors of the devil, to the doors of what you don't want, when you close those doors and say, I don't want to have prospects that, aren't similar minded, don't respect me, we don't get along well, etc. When I close that door, then we can turn and start walking down the corridor of joy where all of God's doors have been waiting for you. You've been too busy. We've been too busy looking at what we don't want, focus on what we don't want, that and goes and opens up the door to the abundant life. So all of these beautiful things that you have asked for are there. But you can't keep on putting up with stuff, sacrificing stuff, doing things you're supposed to do. That stop doing that. Say
Mhm.
no. Yeah. Say no. And instead say yes to what you do want. Say yes to the abundant life. And you will see when you do that, those other people, they'll go off into the bushes, if you will. They'll be fine. But we all have our own merry-go-rounds. And when you close the door to what you don't want and open the door to what you want, you'll get it. And today we're going to open the door to the freedom to have good health. And health comes, usually people think about physical health, but it's not only physical, it's my mental health. It's my spiritual, which means my emotional health. and it's also my physical health, and they're all intertwined. And when one is off, it takes the other ones off. So you can get them all on. And by calling in Archangel Raphael, by focusing on your good health, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. So what's going on with you guys that it's so good? Any comments about all that? That is, there's a lot of information there. Just think about closing those doors of what you don't want and opening
Dr.
the
Hank,
doors. Yeah.
hello everybody.
Hey, Joey.
I don't think I've ever heard you on this call mention the devil.
Ah.
And it's so like I came in a little bit late because my singing lesson went a little over, and I was trying to get down that and I
That's great, Joey.
sorry for that, but like we always talk in regards to, this is what I don't want. Thank you for aiming me and allowing me to look at what I do want. And I've had something experience, and I'll be really quick here. I found out a couple months
Got
ago
all the
that my
time in the world. We have all of
okay,
eternity, Joy.
all right. I found out a couple months or about a month and a half ago that my son, he had a college fund, everything else, and you and I talked about this, Dr. Hank, to cover his
Mhm.
tuition for school and everything else. Well,
Yeah.
when he went to school, he found out that his that money was taken from him,
Yeah.
not by me.
Right.
And so and so the whole thing is just this big thing of includes hundreds of thousands of dollars now this kid is liable for and everything else and stuff like that. You can't file bankruptcy and get rid of it and all this stuff. So it's just this whole big mess of stuff and everything.
Yeah.
And so I've been using the process, okay, that's what I don't want. What do I want? Well, I want so many clients to show up, the institute to launch and stuff where I can just take it like out of my wallet and hand it to them and say, take care of that now and move on, and that's what I want. And
Yeah.
so I focus on that and everything else. And it's probably the first time in my life when I'm aware of the devil being at work. And the way it played out is last week, one day I was driving up the mountain, and usually I'll look at the views or I'll try and do 55 around the whole thing, So either way, I'm busy with, what feels good to me. And so
Right.
I was driving and this thought came in my head. If you died, his problems would be gone.
Mhm.
And I was like, what where the hell's that coming from? So I went on about it. I don't know if I shared it with you even. It was just like this weekend there were like 4 different times, and I'm not suicidal or anything like that or anything or off balance or anything.
Well, you're by.
I'll share the next week. and so like 4 different times over this weekend, like a thought, I was watching pickleball tournaments on the television,
Cool.
and this thought just came into my head. Your gun's right on the shelf up there loaded. And like 3 other thoughts through the weekend, to the point I opened up the freaking Bible.
Yeah.
And I started reading about when Jesus was tempted and all that stuff and everything. And I went into David and Goliath and how that came to be, and like so much stuff with it and everything. But the one thing I realized, it was never me saying, if I were dead, his problems would be resolved. It was always you. And it was such an indicator for me. That's not my thinking. That's not me looking at negative. That's an outside influence trying to bring those thoughts into my head. And even as I'm telling you that, I'm getting goosebumps right now. But it ended up being really scary, but also at the same time really like wowing to experience that firsthand with that happening.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I lean into that other side of what I want, what I want to see happen and everything else and stuff like that. But it was like I said, the first time in my life when I was very clear, this is not my thinking. This is not me choosing to go into the negative, or somebody, it's trying to plant this thought in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful, Joey. And Joey, first of all, I just got to say, for you to just share the depth of what you just shared. We've all had those experiences where, we've thought, hey, maybe if I'm gone, maybe things are better. We've all had those thoughts and as you shared, I've never used the word devil before. And there's really the devil, the unwanted, the committee, the ego, whatever word, and there's God, the divine, the beautiful, the love. And so we get to choose. And where that thought comes from is like you were saying, hey, it's not my thought. And so an easier way to look at that is it's not coming from my higher self. I have two where I can come from: my higher self, the wanted, the divine, God, or I can come from the unwanted, the committee, the devil. And when you realize and are able to observe this, talk about being enlightened, talk about freedom. I have the freedom, and you realize driving down that mountain that taking your life, that's not you're not going to own that. That's the committee. And so what do I want? And hearing that it's really interesting on how we've been so conditioned on, oh, if this money thing, were be resolved, then everything's okay. I work with millionaires that are terribly unhappy. Okay. And I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money, and then they're worried about losing their money. It's like, would you give up the committee? At some point, we need to just let go and let God, if you will, and to realize that, wow, I don't have to be controlled this way. And I've had thoughts of suicide. I remember when I'd been in fourth grade, and my father and, him being Hitler because he was in the Hitler prison camp and wanted to teach me how to be so tough. And he had a German dagger hanging in his closet. And I put it to my heart and I said, I'm going to teach this SOB, or probably I didn't know those words at that age, but I'm going to teach this my dad about that, him being so mean to me and everything. This will teach him. No, it's all beautiful. And why is it beautiful? Because that helped me to realize that that's simply what I don't want. What do I want? I want life. And we all want life. And it's not about the money. There's plenty of money. And your solution, Joey, on, one solution, which is certainly one solution, but there's an infinite number of solutions. And the main thing for your son is for him to be happy. It doesn't matter how much debt we have or whatever. Most of America is in debt by hundreds of thousands of dollars because they own homes. It's okay. We put so much weight on these things. And when we just put the weight on, hey, I just ask for good feeling thoughts now. I ask to feel better. And what do I send my son? And what did I send each one of you? And I would write this all down, that send your children. You're not here to fix your children, to help your children. They're experiencing their own life too. But I send them well-being. I send them health, wealth, and success. I send them easy money. I send them an easy life. And then the four crowns of everything, that I send them more love, more joy, more peace, ooh, and more enlightenment. And that's what this is about. This isn't about, well, let's just say you get all that money, you give them the money and everything, that life still happens. Okay. And so you're not here to bail people out. You're here. We are all here to create, and to create what we want. And because, if I'm thinking, oh, I got to help my parents, I got to help my kids or whatever. No, no, no. Just help yourself. As you thrive, the whole world thrives. And so you're right, Joey, that we are tempted. We have that temptation. These are the temptations. I'm thinking that we have the answer to solve other people's problem is a temptation. that I ask for well-being for my children, for example, and that's what they really want. They want to be happy. I want them to be happy. And the money doesn't matter on the debt. And there are answers, and he'll pay it. There's plenty of money. He'll pay it off, whatever. There's always an answer and solution. Give it to God. And so pray for your son to have peace of mind. Oh, yeah. Ask for the freedom for your son to be free of the committee, because all this is the committee. It doesn't matter how much debt or whatever. Like I said, but most people are hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, in debt. It's not a big deal. So your thoughts on all that?
I'll tell you one of the things I did, the action I took yesterday is I wrote a check for $1,000 and gave it away. Not to my son, but to
Cool.
another source, because that put me back in that place of going, F you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
To that messages and stuff like that. And it put me back into a place of going, I know God's in charge. And I woke up this morning and I felt better than I have in a few days, where it's like I just woke up and I'm just
yeah,
convicted. Like, I love living my life as a servant and helping other people and doing what I do and everything else. And as long as
yeah.
I focus on that, all the good is just going to continue to flow and shower
You
up.
bet. You bet. I was at a restaurant the other day, and the waitress and we frequent there every Saturday. We go there for pizza, and the rest of the time, all real healthy food. But we love our little pizza there. And I witnessed a waitress, and she went up to this table and she looked at the check that had already been signed, and she started to cry, and she just had tears of joy in her eyes.
Mm,
And I just went like, this is incredible. Like, that, and I could just feel, and the way I pick up the vibrations. I mean, I was just like when you were feeling God bumps, Joey, I was feeling those bumps with you, and those love bumps, and that those God bumps, and that this lady was just in joy. And so I went, and when the lady left, and it was a few minutes, and she was just, kind of like bowing and just like, thank you. And when she left, I went up to the table and I said, excuse me, but you brought such joy to that person. What did you do? And the mother, it was a mom, dad, and a daughter, a young girl. And the mother turned and she said, well, we just really liked her, and we wanted to help her out. And so we gave her a tip, a little bit bigger than it normally is. And I said, that is so beautiful. What joy you gave. And then I asked, how much was the tip? And she said, well, we paid for our dinner and it was just a regular tip, but we specially ordered this special little, I don't know, some drinks, whatever. And we put a $250 tip on it. So I went to the waiter, my waiter now, and I go, did you see that? Did you see the joy of that lady? He goes, no, what happened? And I said, yeah, she was given a tip at $250. He goes, man, what a dream come true, he says to me. I said, yeah, just how great that is. So he gives me the check and he walks away. And how much money do you think I tipped him on my $100 meal? $250. And I left the tip there and we walked out. I'm not looking, I got my satisfaction on giving. It's an abundant life. I got my sense. I don't need him to be in tears with me, whatever. That I know that his dreams came true because he told me, wow, that's like a dream come true to have that. And it's like there's plenty of everything. And when you do that, your money will come back, your love will come back tenfold or more. And that day, just so you understand kind of how I actually um, allowed $1,000 on a Saturday into my experience. So, it's like there's plenty of everything. But if I think there isn't enough and I'm going to hang on to it, not enough love, not enough freedom, not enough health, not enough money, that you won't have enough. There's plenty of everything. Joey, I know you have never told me that I've been breathing too much air and not to be breathing all the damn air. Just as there is air, there is love. There is money. There is everything you want. We, on Freedom Week, make a commitment now to free yourself. Free yourself from the lack and limitation and free yourself to the abundant life. It's here waiting for you. Close those doors on the devil and open up the doors that God has already there for you. They're already there, everything that you want. You just need to walk down the corridor of joy and it'll be there. Amen. Beautiful, beautiful. Your son is just fine and going to be better and better. And we send him love. And that's Joey Jr. For those of you that his name's Joey. And so we send Joey love. And that's all Joey needs. Joey just got way more than a couple $100,000 or whatever. That's how powerful we are. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Hank, on to that side, we party for my husband for his birthday, and we invited his friends from New York that came to visit. It was great. And the friend's wife, she's been sober for 32 years.
Wow.
And yes, it's a total blessing, because I'm like, I'm surrounded in the real estate business like everyone else is in the mortgage business, where you either need a sponsor or you're drinking. That's a joke.
Yeah.
So good to know like that power you have in people. And it's like, God send me this woman that not only reminds me of my mother, but she knows how to help people. Like, she's also a sponsor for other people and things like that. So I feel like it was like a gift from God to talk to her. Sometimes we get weak in our moments of life going through us, like what Joy was saying. And those are hard. And, you know, you feel like I question sometimes, okay, so this is happening. So maybe like after my husband had a heart attack and I called you, I was sitting right in front of a liquor store.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I ended up going to Wendy's and getting a big burger instead. But, you know, but you do fight against the negative, but it's mainly like those thoughts really don't fear in your head. But there's so many resources that we have, like just Joey saying that out here and us praying for him. Something's going to happen to make that problem disappear. Just know that right now.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be Wendy's cheeseburger or anything like that. It's going to be bigger, better. But I don't know, but I'm just saying that somebody enters your life in out of nowhere, and who knew? You know, this woman is gracious enough to talk about her story and what she's overcome and all the choices. I mean, her husband's gone through everything, cancer, she lost a child, and she's still sober. And that's incredible. And I'm like, wow, you're such an inspiration. So I share that with everyone today, is that, you know, we do have choices out there, and we do have the freedom to take back our lives back. Because I will tell you, after I quit drinking, I lost like 25 pounds. If that's not motivation enough.
Yeah. I love that, liberty, and the freedom that, and we can go to see, we're all divine beings, and we all can help each other. That's what we're here for. This Master Heart family, this is what we're about, to build each other up, to support each other, to know that we have each other, and then we have always had the best friend we could ever have. We've always had the being that loves us more than we could ever need to be loved. It's all the kingdom within us, and that we can go there. And so, we've had those challenges, but again, this contrast, when we can have the freedom to look at the contrast of the alcoholism, of the feeling bad about our children, about, you know, the seemingly no control over a situation or whatever, that when we can look at all of that and see the blessing free yourself to see the blessing. And where's the blessing in it? Where's the wanted in it? And, if anything, that, like, let's take Joey's story, that it uplifted us all, and it helped us to just think about, our loved ones on Liberty, on you, seeing another person on what they can do. We talked about physical health and today that we're going to do with Archangel Raphael and Michelle Tanner, Shell, that she wrote in her newsletter today. And she brought up my car accident that I was in. And she put 8 to 10 years. And she probably put 8 to 10 years because I probably said that. I don't even know when the hell it was. Okay. And so I went and looked. And then I found pictures. And here's my car. Totaled my car. Another picture of my car. And again, all this just came from this morning. Another picture of the totaled my car, and it totaled my body. And there I am. All my teeth are actually knocked out. They're all loose in there. Broken arm, paralyzed from my waist down. Told I'd never walk again. And where's the blessing in that? Blessing is that that's what I didn't want, not to walk. And so I decided I would walk again. And so one deep breath after the next, one thought visualizing me walking, being healthy, one breath, one moment. And every time somebody told me I couldn't walk, I couldn't do this, I couldn't move that, it inspired me. I simply said, that's what I don't want. I didn't put a chart into it. And what do I want? Wow, I want to walk. And one day I feel this little movement in my right toe. And I know that whatever I focus my attention on grows. And so I focus my attention on just that little movement, that little energy in my right toe. And that right toe, then day after day, breath after breath, week after week, month after month, that energy moved up my leg, around my waist and down my other leg. And voila, I can stand. And I love doing this. I love doing that because that's the miracle. Just be happy that we can stand up. I mean, there are so many wonderful, beautiful things, and we have the power to heal ourselves. And so I've helped other people heal themselves. But when I say that, I've helped them help themselves to overcome cancer, overcome multiple sclerosis, to do things that doctors, other people said they couldn't do. We can create our health, our good mental health, our good emotional health, our good physical health. And we have a helper there. It's that force that takes care of you. We didn't have to wake up this morning and ask for our heart to beat. There is that higher self of you that's taking care of you. And the reason why the contrast, the reason on the things that we don't like, don't want, is it births a better future. It births better health. It births a better relationship that you can have with your children. It births you being an uplifter now. And just by each one of you, by your smiles, by your higher energy that you have because of us getting together and talking about these miracles, that it touches everyone around us. And it's like, that's who you are. And it's like, this is so fun. I'm just going to enjoy this life now. And I'm going to see the things I don't like as simply what I don't want. And again, a more harsh word, it's the devil. So you choose who's going to manage your life. Listen to the devil and be lack of freedom, be in jail with the devil. Or are you going to free yourself to the things that you want, to walk with God, to be your higher power, your higher self, and to walk in the light and to be the light. You are the light if you allow yourself and give yourself the freedom to do so. So yeah, think of what all of us have overcome. We've overcome, some of us alcoholism, broken bones, whatever, broken heart, thoughts that don't help us, bad feeling thoughts. We've overcome it all. And you know what? Everything is getting better for us now. And that's a beautiful word. It's just better. I just want it better. Yeah. My life is getting better. My health is getting better. My relationships, my business, my perspective on everything. I live the abundant life now. If you just say, I love living the abundant life now, you will. Everything's going your way as long as you don't get in the way with the devil. Say, oh, that can't be possible, or it's too tough, or it's rough, or this is hard. Forget all that. It's all easy. Like people say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym and work out. I go, I'm not doing any of that. Instead of work out, play easy. No more working out for me. I'm done working.
So I
Yeah,
like
and I'm going to, yeah.
joy top on the yoga mat. I told myself today I was showing up. I did not say workout. I said I'm showing up on the mat. So
Awesome.
it was fun.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah, beautiful.
because I look like I showed up.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, any other thoughts? Well, so let's know that we can create, and this today, the freedom to be able to create the health that we want mentally, emotionally, physically, the ability for us to have the freedom to rise above the committee, rise above the devil, walk with God. And so let's close our eyes now and go within, because when we play in, yeah, this is an inside job. The way that I'm thinking, the way that I'm feeling creates my outside world. So close your eyes if you're not driving, and let us go in together into the kingdom. And breathe in deeply your breath, your spirit. Breathe in the wanted. And breathe out anything unwanted, anything that has troubled you, release it and let go. Breathe in the breath of God. And as you release and let go, just begin to relax, become meek, and inherit this beautiful world when you're no longer attached to it. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just get very comfortable. Smile to yourself. It's such a joyous life that you and we can now create. Breathe in. And breathe out. Oh, and just feel so comfortable, so at ease, so at one with your higher power, with God, the divine, and all that is. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in in the silence. God is. And we now call in the beautiful, loving, and divine energy of Archangel Raphael, the emerald green light, energy, and angel dust. That is God's gift to us to call forth health, for us to be mentally healthier, emotionally healthier, and physically healthier. We feel your light in our mind and feeling the divine with good feeling thoughts now, healthy thoughts, happy thoughts, thoughts that make our hearts sing. Breathe in. Breathe in this green, beautiful emerald light. And feel the presence of health upon you now. And every thought, healthy thoughts, that emerald green light shining now in your mind. Feel the light of that emerald green light going into your emotions and all of your feelings, having you feel so good, so energized, so happy, so in love with yourself and life and of all those in our lives. Just feel the tingling of that green, loving energy from God flowing in to our emotions now. Oh. And now feel the angel dust of Archangel Raphael. Literally that emerald green angel dust floating into every pore of your body, every cell of your body. Just feeling so good now, so healthy now. Just love on how your muscles are healthy. Your nervous system is healthy. Digestive system, your respiratory system, your circulatory system. Oh, you love that beautiful heart of yours now, filled with endless love, is just pouring health in every vein of your body, in every cell of your body, knowing exactly what you need, and gives you exactly in perfect portions everything that your physical body needs now to create this perfect health. We are perfect divine beings, living this perfect life with the contrasts that burst an even better life for us and all humanity and all that is. We rise up now. We rise above the devil. We rise into the arms of God and all that is. And we create this good health for ourselves. Our senses, we see better. We smell better. We taste better. We hear better. We touch throughout our body better. And our sixth sense now continues to grow and be healthier to where we communicate with divine intelligence, with all the archangels, with all the divine energies, all those that have walked before us, walk with us now. And we seek thy wisdom, thy love. Guide us to the promised land of health now. Free us. give us the freedom to free ourselves. We, with God, have all the power to free ourselves. And our freedom takes us to good physical health, good emotional health, good mental health. And just feel now Archangel Raphael swirling around you, coming in you with that beautiful light, brightening you up with that emerald light that makes you glow of health, glow of youthfulness. We are now all so energized, so free, so healthy. Oh, breathe in, Archangel Raphael. And your health is now upon you, with you, in you, and all around you. Healthy thoughts, healthy feelings, healthy body is now ours. The presence of God is upon you. Raphael and health is yours now. You are the chosen ones, the blessed ones, the divine. And we give thanks for this. Breathe in. And breathe out. And take your health and now give it to the world. Breathe in all the health there is. And breathe out that beautiful health to the world. And now all is well. And health is now ours. And so it is done. Amen. I invite you now back into the room. Feeling so good, so healthy, so alert, so rested, so vibrant. Now 3 down to 1, and on 1 we'll open up our eyes and welcome this healthy life. And 3, and it's our mind, spirit, our body together. And 2, it is our higher power and ourselves now together that creates 1 as we open up our eyes and welcome this healthy life forevermore. Amen. I feel good, like I knew that I would. So good, so good, so good, so good. So your thoughts on that?
I've actually been calling on Raphael a lot this past week. Last weekend, I broke a toe. A bottle of grape soda fell right on one of my little toes and broke it. So I've been calling on him a lot for healing for that.
Good.
Tuesday morning, I woke up to Joe having a seizure again. So
Wow.
I've been calling on him for that. And then I went to work on Tuesday and I could tell something was wrong with one of my coworkers, and he was having some mental struggles. So I've been calling on Archangel Raphael for him this week. So it was perfect that this is the one that we did. Thank you.
Yeah, everything's just playing out perfectly, and it's that contrast. And again, we bless all of it because it literally creates a brighter future for all of us when we go there. And now we recognize, wow, we can rise above the devil. We can walk with God. We can have the health. And for you, as you, like Shell, as you are asking for better mental health, physical health for yourself and others, that as you do that, you're giving it to yourself. And this is why love your enemies. And there really aren't any enemies, because it's just the contrast. But when you love all and just see the beauty, the love, the wanted in everyone, every person, every situation, you'll find it, and it'll build a brighter future for you and me. Beautiful. Yeah. Other thoughts about that? Or, yeah.
Like, Michelle, I love your smile. I have dimples too. So I had a lady that came up to me the other day and she's like, you got her like an attractive smile. And I said, well, I figure if I smile, it'll make you happy and you'll smile back. And she goes, well, it did. It really, like, I thought she was going to ask me if I was crazy. And if she did, I wouldn't care. But,
Right.
but I saw her having a conversation with herself with no earbuds in, right? Or anything like that. So she needed a smile, because some of us are trying to work it out, right? Have you ever seen anybody just having a conversation with themselves?
Yeah. Yeah.
They need a smile, folks.
Yeah. Well, we were told, hey, don't be talking to yourself. We all talk to ourselves. But who's doing the talking? Are you allowing that outside devil, the committee, to do the talking? Or are you allowing God to come in and do the talking? The Father does the work. All we need to do is ask for what we want. Yeah, that's beautiful, Liberty. And I love that attractive smile. What a great thing. I'm going to start asking for that. I want to have an attractive smile. I hadn't thought about those two words together, that I have like an angelic smile, but yeah, an attractive smile. And I ask for compliments every day. See, we've been told not to do stuff like that. That's selfish. That just get rid of that word, okay? We can only think and feel for ourselves. We all talk to ourselves, and it's what we're saying to ourselves. And most of us aren't working it out. We're listening to the committee, and it's getting worse because it's telling you it's judging you. Do not judge. It's judging you about how you didn't do this right and that right. It never judges you like you did a really good job. But all of you are doing a super job. You're all amazing. And again, the impact you're going to have starting right now and this week, this is Freedom Week. And you have the freedom to think with God. You have the freedom to create your health mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. This is how powerful we are, because with God, all things are possible. We ask, the Father does the work. I don't have to figure out on how to walk. I could have never figured that out. I just needed to know what I wanted. Yeah. So we just get clear and ask for clarity. asked me, I'm doing a kids' school, and we talked about that give me clarity. All you have to do is ask for clarity, and you'll be given clarity about what you want to be or type of relationships you have or whatever. And these kids are really funny, like the committees on them saying their body is, too small, or they got zits, or, whatever. And I'm telling them, hey, I still get zits. I'm really proud of it. And I actually, when they brought that up, I had a zit and I showed it to them. And I don't care. Okay. And then nobody cares but you. And so why don't you care about the things you love instead of the things you don't like? And why don't you just ask for, hey, that I want, my children to be happy now. That's all we want. It's not about anything else. I want them to feel good. I want them to be happy. I want them to have a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. And for everybody. And as you give that to them, you're giving it to yourself. Because whatever you think about expands. So let's just think about wonderful things like you and I, wonderful people. And wonderful thoughts that we've discussed today. Yeah. Any other thoughts? Come on, one more person. I can feel it. I feel your vibration. I feel it. Go ahead. Stand up. Be the light.
I'll speak if nobody else will jump in. Can you hear me?
We can.
I'm actually at a doctor's appointment with my dad, so I was listening with one earbud in, and the doctor's talking to me. So it was perfect because while we were, calling on Archangel Raphael, I was needing that healing for him because where he's losing his sight and he's got one eye that's already blind, and then the other eye, his good eye, and they have a new treatment, and but he doesn't quite have the condition of what they have. So the doctor's like, well, it's up to you. I don't know if we're going to do this or not do this. And so I'm just kind of stepping back and letting my dad make the decision, because what the injection that they want to do, it's not been approved for his type of issue. It's been approved for a different type. And that's what he was explaining. So literally the entire time that you were in meditation, was exactly when we were going through all the images and the stuff and him explaining the differences. And so
beautiful.
So it was kind of, so I'm hoping that, I'm not hoping, I don't use that word anymore.
Right.
I'm calling on Archangel Raphael to come in and give healing, but also really just help my dad to make a good decision as to what, whether or not, because the risk is if, it could actually make him lose vision and the only eye he can see out of right now. And that would not be good, because he already is, barely walking. And if he doesn't have vision, when it's dark, he can't stand. So if he went permanently dark, he wouldn't be able to walk anymore.
Right. And so don't think about that side of it, that we just want to think about, hey, what we do want, we want him to see better. And so show us the way, and this may be the way, and everything will play out perfectly. And just put it in God's hands then. But you need to be intentional, not talk about, what would happen if it doesn't work, just intentional about this is how it's going to be. That I just love that my dad's going to see better. Ask for a miracle. All we have to do is ask for a miracle, and it'll happen. I want a miracle to happen, and it'll happen. And it's happening right now. And so, and it happened during the meditation and, for that clarity. And so to ask for your dad to have the clarity, ask for the doctor to have the clarity, ask for the perfect solution. Now, I seek understanding, answers, and solutions. And those three, it's the Trinity: understanding, answers, and solutions. Mind, body, spirit.
I actually wrote that in my journaling this morning. We're exactly that. So that's awesome.
Beautiful, Carolyn.
I seek understanding, answers, and solutions.
Yeah. I seek understanding first, and then answers and solutions. Yeah. And so I ask for understanding, answers, and solutions. And so
it's helpful to have the application, because that's you know,
Yeah.
all of the theories are there, but then when you have the application as we're going through this and learning it, it's, you know, I have to
Yeah.
constantly remind myself, you know,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get in the right
And
frame.
yeah. And again, you just can't be thinking about that part about what you don't want without disrupting what you do want. And so you're
So when
splitting your
that thought
energy.
comes in, exactly what you do, you just replace it with
Yeah, say,
what
oh, that
the
thought, that's a committee thought. Look at that little committee thought. Yeah, I just love having the answers and solutions. And I love the miracles flowing to my dad now. And it's just so wonderful. And that everything's going to play out just fine. And so it's a committee that wants to put you into, oh, if that happens, and then this, and then you can go on all day about that because there's no end to hell. But the good news is there's no end to heaven. Woo, doggies. And that's where we're all going as we sing. We love to laugh and have more fun. We
love to laugh and have more fun.
For we are the chosen ones.
For we
For
are
we
the
are the
chosen
chosen
ones.
ones.
Raphael plays in our healthy game. Raphael
Raphael plays
plays
in
in
our
our
game.
healthy game. For health is our middle name. For health
Health is our middle
our
name.
middle name. Perfect health is our divine right.
Perfect.
Perfect health
Health
is
is
our
our
divine right.
right.
As we now receive God's divine light.
As
As we
now
now receive God's divine light. Sound off, we are healthy creators. Sound off, we are healthy creators. Sing like children now. Sound off, we are healthy
we are healthy
creators.
creators.
Come on.
Sound off, we are healthy creators.
Sound
Yes.
Love you.
Yes, yes, yes. Happy freedom, everybody.
Yes.
You too.
Free to
Love
be
y'all.
and do and have what we want, to
you.
include perfect health as ours and health for others as well. I love you all.
Amen.
Enjoy.
Be blessed.
Love
Thanks,
you
Stephanie.
guys.
Happy
You
Fourth.
are. All right.
Enjoy your
Bye-bye.
freedom. Use it.
Bye bye.
Thank you.